The top 5 slowest supercars. Supercars are about more than just speed. They're about handling, sound, and offer an experience that no other cars can match. Not all supercars are genuinely fast though, as most people tend to believe. Here are my top 5 slowest supercars. Number 1. Aston Martin V8 Vantage. First seen by the public in 2005, Aston Martin's baby supercar, the V8 Vantage, shocked the press with its stunning design. With a front mid-mounted 4.7-litre V8 engine, an optional sport shift gearbox and rear-wheel drive, Aston Martin's smallest car contains all the right ingredients. Despite the rather large engine, the Aston Martin's 0-60 time ends up at a leisurely 4.9 seconds. Not slow exactly, but not particularly fast for a supercar made this century. Number 2. Acura NSX. The NSX went through quite a transformation in its life cycle. The earliest NSX with the 3-litre inline-6 engine took a whopping 5.7 seconds to hit 60 miles per hour. Despite its great handling and beautiful looks, speed is not really what the NSX is about. If you happen to drive an early NSX, perhaps lay off the freeway pulls. There are a lot of hot hatches out there these days that would give you a run for your money. Having said that, the 3.2-litre engine introduced a few years later ended up propelling the car a lot faster to 60 miles per hour, shaving 1 second off the time. Number 3. Chevrolet Corvette C6 4-speed auto. When we think of American muscle, many of us think blistering straight-line drag times. That's true for most muscle cars. However, this C6 Corvette with the automatic 4-speed manages 0-60 in 4.6 seconds. Sprightly no doubt, but not exactly rapid. Although it's a strong gearbox, it's very dated, having been used in minivans from GM. If you're going to leave your car stock, probably best to get the 6-speed manual and automatic, which knock a fair chunk of time off the acceleration. Number 4. The Lamborghini Countach. The Countach still looks faster than pretty much anything on the road. Looks can be deceptive though. Even when the Countach was in production throughout the 80s, it wasn't exactly at the top of its game. With looks inspired by a fighter jet and a roaring V12 engine, you'd expect the Italian supercar to win against 99% of cars in a drag race. This simply isn't true. With a 0-60 of 6.6 seconds, it will be left behind by a modest BMW or Mercedes diesel these days. Even something like a 1980s Audi Quattro with a 0-60 of 7.3 seconds would be pulling quite close behind. Number 5. Ferrari Mondial. The Mondial is now appreciating in value, but it hasn't always had the best reputation for a Ferrari. With mid-engine V8 taken out of the 308 and sharing the same chassis, you might expect the Mondial to be just as good, but unfortunately it was bigger, heavier, and much less stiff. With a measly 214 horsepower on tap from its crossways-mounted mid-engine V8, the Mondial was slow even for the 80s. 0-60 happened in a whopping 9.4 seconds. These days, it's an appreciating classic, but there was a point in time in which no one really wanted it. There are my top 5 slowest supercars. Obviously 0-60 times don't mean very much, but it can be interesting to compare times to each other. Do you have any suggestions? Let me know in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Cheers!